Hello everyone, welcome back to IGCSE Made Easy. So today we are going to do paper code 0580/41 May-June 2022 paper 4 extended. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1. The list shows 15 midday temperature in degrees Celsius. Complete the stem and leaf diagram to show this information. You can see that 17 means 17 means 17 degree. So you just have to check for the key first. 17 means 17, right? So same way, one of the value is already given, 17, that is 17. The other value is 17 itself. From here I can take, so I'll write 17 again, and the another value is 18. You have to arrange it in sequence. 18, and then we have 19, and again we have 19. Okay, then we are having series of 20s, then 21, 21 again, then 21 again, then we have 21 again. So we have to arrange it in sequence. That's why I'm arranging 21 first, then we'll go to 22. 22 is there, then 23 is there, then one more 23 is there, then we have 24, and then we have finally 25. So this 17 is already given in the question part, so I'm not writing that. Okay, so this is how we have to represent this stem and leaf diagram. For the second part, find the median. So the median is mid value, right? So mid value means half of the total value. So the total value is 15. So whenever the total value is odd number, this is an odd number, right? We will not get an exact value. This is an odd number. So whenever the value is an odd number, the total value is an odd number. So what you have to going to do? So median, to find out the median, we can just directly half into the total value. We can do it, but here in this case we will do n plus 1. The reason is because we are having odd number. If it is an even number, half of half into n. So it is an odd number, so n plus 1. So n is the total value, half into 15 plus 1, that is equals to half into 16. So that is equal to 8th term. So the median will be the 8th term. So 8th term is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So the 8th term is 21. So I'll be rating the median as 21, the upper quartile range. So upper quartile is actually 3 by 4th of the value, 3 by 4th of the total value. The total value is 15. See, again it is actually an odd number, so we'll be writing 3 by 4th of n plus 1. Instead of n, 3 by 4th of n, we will be writing n plus 1. You understand why I'm writing n plus 1, because it's an odd value. So 3 by 4th of n plus 1 is 3 by 4th of n is 15 plus 1 is 16. I will directly write 16 there. So we can have 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 3 is 12. So 12th term. So what is the 12th term here? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12th term is 23. So 23 will be the upper quartile range of this. Part 4. Rahul draws a pie chart to show this information. Calculate the sector angle for the number of days the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. So you can see that 18 degrees Celsius we have two values, right? So there are two 18 degrees Celsius out of 15 values, right? So you can see here also there are two values out of 15, because he need to represent the data in pie chart. So let's write first fraction 2 out of the 15 value, and because he is represent the value in pie chart, so we have to multiply it with 360 degree, because pie chart looks like a circle. So that's why we are multiplying it, and circle has complete angle is 360, right? You all know that. So that's why we multiply it with 360. So when we calculate this in our calculator, so 2 times 360 divided by 15, I get 48 degree. So 48 degree is the angle for the number of days the temperature is, and this is what we have to represent in pie chart, 48 degree for temperature 18 degrees Celsius. So let's do part B. B part says the box and whisker plot shows information about the mass in gram of some apples. Find the mean. So you know that the mean is the exactly this value, right? So this should be equal to 110 and this is 120. So mean is median. What I'm saying, median, right? So median is 120. Median is this value, right? So the median value is 120. Then yeah, then we have to find out the range. The range is the upper value, the highest value minus of the lowest value, right? So this is the highest value and this is the lowest value. You can see, so this is 160 and this is 170 and this is 10 less, so it should be 40. So the range is highest value is 170 minus of the lowest value is 40. So 170 minus of 40 is 130. So the range is 130. And then we have to find out the interquartile range. Interquartile is actually upper quartile. Interquartile is equals to upper quartile minus of lower quartile. Upper quartile will be here. I'll mark with the red one. The upper quartile will be here and the lower quartile will be here. So the upper quartile value is 130, 140. Upper quartile is 140 and the lower quartile is, this is 90 and this is 80. So 140 minus of upper quartile is 140 and the lower quartile is 80. So 140 minus of 80 is equals to 60. So the interquartile value is 60. Part C, the time T minutes spent on homework in 1 week by each of 200 students is recorded. Total student is 200 and the time is recorded and the frequency is also given. We have to find out the mean. So we can find out the mean, but before that we have to find out the mid value of this two. So finding the mid value, we can first add this two. 60 plus 40 is 100 and 100 divided by 2 is the mid value of this. Okay, so finding the mid value of this interval, you have to add this to 80 plus 60 is 140 and 140 divided by 2 is 70, like that. 90 plus 80 is 170 and 170 divided by 2 is 85. 100 plus 90 is 190 and 190 divided by 2 is 95. Then 150 plus 100 is 250 and 250 divided by 2 is 125. So this is how we have to, you can use a calculator, this is how we have to find out the mid value. Once you have get the mid value of these class intervals, so you can multiply this and this. Okay, and this and this you can multiply, this and this you can multiply, like these will multiply. Let me write that for you. So we have to write, for calculating the mean, we'll be writing 50 times 6 plus 70 times 10 plus 85 times 70 plus 95 times 84 plus 125 times 30. Then I'll divide this with the total value. Total value is 200. So let me use calculator for now to solve this. So I have to write 50 times 6 plus 70 times 10 plus 85 times 70 plus 95 times 84 plus 125 times 30. That value divided by 200. If I divide this with 200, I'll get an answer that is 93.4. So 93.4 will be the mean of this answer. A new table with different class interval is completed. On a histogram, the height of the bar for this 40 to 90 class interval is 17.2. Calculate the height of the bar for 90 and between 150 interval. So we are given that the height of the bar is 17.2 in between this class interval, right? In this class interval, height is 17.2, this class interval. So, but they have given that histogram. This is a diagram of a histogram, and you know that in a histogram we talk about frequency density, right? So this also related to frequency density. So let's find out the frequency density. So what is frequency density for the first case? And you should remember that frequency density equals to frequency by class width, right? So what is frequency? Frequency is given 86. I'm trying to find out for the first box. So frequency is 86. Class width is upper value minus of the lower upper limit minus of the lower limit. So upper value is 90 minus of 40 is 50, right? So calculate it. 80, we get 86 minus of 86 divided by 50, that gives you 1.72. So 1.72 is the frequency density of this. Same way we can find out the frequency density for the second class interval. Frequency by class width. The frequency for this case is we have, that is 114 by class width is 150 minus of 90 is 60. So 114 divided by 60, that gives you the answer 1.9. So frequency density is 1.9 here. So you just have to check. See, if I'm having the height, if I'm having the frequency density 1.72, I'm having the height as 17.2, right? If I'm having the frequency density of 1.9, what will be my height? This is how we can equate it. So what is the value of x now? X equals to 1.9 times 17.2 divided by 1.72. Let's calculate the value of x. So 1.9 times 17.2 divided by 1.72, and my answer is 19. So the height of bar for this case is 19 centimeter. Question number 2. Alex, Bobby and Chris shared strawberries in the ratio 3:2:2. Chris received 12 strawberries. Calculate the total number of strawberries shared. So usually they used to give the total number of strawberry, but here they did not give. They just gave you the total the strawberry shared to Chris. So what we can do? First of all, try to find out the total ratios. What is the total ratio? 3 plus 2 plus 2 is the total ratio. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. So 7 is the total ratio. Out of that, how much is Chris? What is the ratio of the Chris? Ratio of the Chris is 2, right? 2 by 7 is the ratio of Chris. So 2 by 7 of the total value is what Chris should receive, and Chris actually received 12, right? So the total value we can calculate by this. 2 by 7, 2 out of the 7 is the ratio, and into the total value should be equals to 12, right? So t equals to 12 times 7 divided by 2. So I can cancel 6 times 2, 7 6 is 42. So the total value, total strawberries that was shared is 42. In part B, in a sale, shop reduce all price by 12%. Diana buy a book which has an original price of 6.50. Calculate how much Diana pays for the book now. So 12% is reduced, right? So the original price is 6.50 and 12% is reduced from that. So let's find out what is 12% of 6.50. So 12% means 12 by 100 of 6.50, that is 12%, right? So what is 12%? Let's find out. So 12 by 100 of 6.50, that is equals to 0.78, right? So 12% is reduced. So this is what going to be reduced with 6.50, right? So 6.50 minus of the answer, that was 0.78. So we get 5.72. So now she has to pay 5.72 for this. Okay, then part 2, Elu pays $11 for a toy. Calculate the original price of the toy. So actually he is paying $11, although he got a discount of 12%. So the price is something else, the higher than this one, so he is paying less. So we can calculate, like, let's say the original price is X. Okay, let's say the original price is X. So from that X only we have to subtract 12% of X, correct? X is the original price and we are subtracting 12% of the original price, and we are getting what now? 11. We are getting the we have to pay 11. Okay, so let's solve this one. So 100 will be the common, and then 100x minus of, you can cross multiply 100 into x, 100x, 12 into 1 is 12x equals to 11. So after this I'm solving here. So 100 minus of 12 is 88x divided by 100 equals to 11. So 88x equals to 100 into 11 is 1100 will be added. So x will be equals to 1100 divided by 88. So if I divide this one, 1100 divided by 88, I will get 12.50. So 12.50 is the original price of the toy and he paid 12% discount of it. Part C. Ferry invests some money. The rate of interest for the first year is 2.5. At the end of the second year, the overall percentage increase Ferry invests is 6.6%. Find the rate of interest for the second year. Uh, for solving this, I just want to tell you, just remember one method, okay, to find out the overall percentage increase. If you want to find out the overall percentage increase, this would be the probably the case that you can use it anywhere in the any of the question. So let's say I have in the first year, let's say this is one of the example I'm giving you, not this question. We can use this same method to find out the answer here. For example, for first year the percentage increases 15%, okay, and the second year the percentage increases 20%. What is the overall percentage increase? For this question where I am asking, what is the overall percentage increase I am asking. So for the first year it is 15%, right? 15% means the base, let's say the before the amount was 100 and the percentage increase at the first year is 115, right? The initial amount is 100 and first year the percentage increases 15%, so it is 115. And for the second year the percentage increases 20%, so 20% of 115. So first year whatever the value is, that is after that only 20% increase, right? So 20% of 115 we have to write. So 20% of 115, right? That is the value for the increase value, right? Plus of the previous amount, that is 115, right? This will give you, if I calculate it, 20 times 1, 20 times 5, 5 times 1, 5 times 2, and 23. So we get this 23 plus 115 is 138. You can add it calculator in a calculator and find out these things. You will get 138. So for the second year it was 20%. What we did, 20% of 115 we did, and we added with the previous amount. So now the overall percentage increase is what? 138 minus of the initial amount that was there, so that is 38% increase. See, if you understand this step, you can go through the video one more time to make it clear. If you understand this step, it's the same step we are going to use to solve this, because they have not given the second year percentage, right? So the same, I'll use another pen. For the first year the percentage increase is 2.5%, right? For the second year they don't know, let's say x percentage increase, and they have given at the end the overall percentage increase is 6.6%. This is what the hint is. So as I told you, the first year percentage increase is 2.5%. So it means that let's say the base amount that we have taken is 100 and 2.5% is increase. It means that 102.5%, 102 is 102.5 is the value, right? Because 100 plus 2.5 is 102.5. And for the second year, as I told you, if you understand this step, you can able to evaluate it. So for the second year, we are not given with a percentage. So let's say x percentage is increased, right? X percentage is increased. So we can write it as x percent. Go through this step, same step. I can write x percent of 102.5, right? X percent of 102.5 plus of the previous amount 102.5, right? So now whatever value I am going to get here, I am going to subtract it with 100, right? And I'll equate it 6.6. That is the overall percentage increase. So whatever answer I'm going to get it here, let me make it much more, expand the things. 102.5x by 100 plus 102.5. Whatever I'm going to get the value of this one, I'm going to subtract it with 100. Same I did like, and I'm going to get the overall percentage increase, that is 6.6, right? If you solve this, right, 102.5x by 100 minus of, let me solve it by LCM method. You can do cross multiply. See, if I do cross multiply this, you can multiply with this one, gets 100, and 100 that I am writing at the bottom, and 1 times 102.5 is 102.5x plus 100 times this is 10250. You can multiply, cross multiply, and this 100 minus 100 goes right side and with plus sign, so 106.6, right? 100 plus 6.6 is 106.6. Now solve for x. It's very simple now. So if I multiply this one there, cross multiply, so it becomes 102.5x equals to 106 6 0, right? 10660. Because if I multiply 106.6, you can use your calculator. See, 106.6 times 100 gives you 10660, right? Then we multiplied it, and this number will be subtracted with this number, right? Minus of 10250, correct? So, and for finding the value of x, this will come down, right? This will come down 102.5. So let's do that. So this minus of 10250, it gives you 410 divided by 102.5. So it's 4. So value of x is 4. So 4% is the second year interest rate. See, this is the concept that I just made the video a little bit longer, but anyway, just understand the concept. If you understand this concept, it's going to be easy for you. You can solve any other question also related to this. So I hope you understand this question. Let's move on. Part D. A radioactive substance decay at an exponential rate of 2.52% per day. The initial mass is 80 gram. Find the mass at the end of 5 days. So you should know that, see, whenever there is an exponential question, like some decay is there, an exponent, it's being decay in an exponent rate of something like that, you should know to use the compound interest formula, that is amount equals to principal into 1 plus r by 100 raised to power t, but because it's a decay, right? So decay means we'll be using 1 minus of r by 100. Decay means something getting down, right? The amount is getting down, decay. So amount is principal into 1 minus r by 100 raised to power t. This is what we are going to use. The principal is the initial amount, with that we can say the principal amount, right? So the total value after 5 days that we are going to get is the amount, and the principal amount, that is the initial value, that is initial mass is 80, and 1 minus of r, the rate of decay is 2%, that is 2 by 100 raised to power, the time that we need is 5 days. So if I solve this one, so you can even use your calculator to solve this particular question. Let me use the calculator. So again, write 80, then wait, let me write it like 1 minus of 2 by 100, and I can write it as raised to power 5, and here I get the answer as 72.3. I can write the decay the mass at the end of the 5 days will be 72.31. We can round it off to 30 or 3. So for the second part, part 2, find how many more whole days after day 5 it takes for the mass to reduce to less than 67 gram. So actually they are saying that after fifth day, that is this value, right? After fifth day, the decay is 72.3, and how many days, more days will take to reach the decay amount 67 gram, right? Now it is 72.3. It will decay further, right? With increase in the days, it will decay further. So how many more days it will take to reach 67 gram? You know that it is being decreasing continuously. So we can do one thing. So let's use again the same formula. We know the amount equals to principal into 1 minus r by 100 raised to power t, right? So the now here we can say that the amount that we need is 67 at the end of after fifth day, and we need to find out how many days it will take. So the amount is 67 and the principal amount, that is 72.3. why I am taking 72.3? Because from fifth day I have to start after fifth day, right? That is 72.3, and 1 minus r is actually the decay rate will be same, right? 2% per day it is being decay, and that is being same 2 by 100 raised to power how much time, how much days it will take to reach 67. Let's say time is t. Okay, if I solve for t, I could manage to get the value how many days it will take. So let's first divide this with this one. 67 divided by 72.3 equals to, this can be like cross multiplied, so this will be 100 and this is 200 minus of 2 is 98 by 100 raised to power t, right? So if I solve it further, I should get 67 by 72, 72.3 equals to 0.98 t, right? So how to solve this? See, I'll teach you one method. Let's say I'm having a value like, I'll use another pen to teach that. So let's say I have 2 square equals to 4. You know, everyone know that 2 square is 4, right? So how to use the log method to find out the answer? So I can write log to the base, log to the base 4. Okay, log to the base 4, and okay, wait, log to the wait. I have to write like this: log of 4 to the base 2 equals to 2. How I am writing? Log of 4 to the base 2 equals to the power, is equals to power. Let's see, check for the answer in the calculator also. See, log of, you can use this one, log of 2 to the log of base 2 uh, 4 equals to 2. See, you are getting the answer. Let me give you one more example. Like 3 square is 9, right? So actually to represent that is in log. So log of 9 to the base 3 equals to what? The power. Got it? If I write 4 square, you can use a calculator to answer it. 4 square is 16, right? So what you will write? Log of 16 to the base 4 equals to the power 2. You understand? Same way, it can be, power can be changed also. So what you will do, same way, let's use the log method, right? So log of, what you will write? Log of this one, right? That's what this one, right? So log of 0.9998, log of 0.98 and we have to write 67 by 72.3 will give you the value of t. Understand that the power, this is what the power is. The power is equals to what? T equals to log of this value, right? to the base this value. If you understand this, you can, it will be easy for you. So the t value will be equals to what? You can use the log calculator now. So if I use the log calculator, log of 0.98, and here if I write 67 by 72.3 is equals to 3.76, because we have to write in the whole day, so it will be taking around 4 days to make the decay 67 grams. So the answer will be 4 days. Question number 3. Geeta buys X apple, X plus 7 orange, 2X minus 1 banana. The total number of piece of fruit Geeta buys is 30. Find the number of apple Geeta buys. So we can actually add all the values here. So X orange plus X plus of 7 X apple plus X plus of 7 oranges and plus 2X minus of 1 bananas, and they all are the total number of all these fruits is equals to 30. So add all the like term, that is x plus x plus x plus x plus 2x is 4x. Then we have 7 minus of 1 is 6, so 4x plus 6 equals to 30. So 4x equals to, the 6 goes right hand side, 30 minus of 6 is 24. So x will be 24 divided by 4, that will be 6 4 the 24. So the value of number of apple is, that is x, right? X is the number of apple, so we get number of apple as 6. Part 2. The cost of one apple is 15 cent, cost of one orange is 18 cent, and the cost of all the fruit is $5.55. So actually here apple, the number of apple is the total number of apple just now we calculated, that is 6, and one apple is 15 cents, so 6 apple will be equals to 15 times 6, right? So actually the total cost of all the fruit is $5.55. So we can make it into cent first. So $1 is equals to 100 cent, right? $1 equals to 100 cent. So $5.55 equals to 5.55 into 100 cent. So we can multiply 5.55 into 100, we'll get the answer 555 cents. So this is equals to 555 cents. I just converted the $5.55 to cent. Now let's add all the fruits here. So apple, if I add there are 6 apple, right? And each apple cost, 6 apples are there, each apple costs 15 cent, right? So 6 into 15 plus there are how many oranges are there? Oranges are x plus 7, right? The value of x is what? 6. So 6 plus 7 equals to 13. It means that 13 oranges are there, right? So 13 oranges are there and each oranges cost 18 cent, correct? Plus how many bananas are there? So 2x minus of 1 bananas are there. So if I put the value of x as 6, so 6 times 2 is 12. So 12 minus of 1 is 11, right? 2 into 6 minus of 1, so this is 12 minus of 1 is 11. So there are 11 bananas, but we are not given cost of one banana is what? We don't know. We have to find out the cost of one banana. So let's say the cost of one banana is x. So now the total, all the cost of all the fruits is equals to 555 cents, right? So I just equated. So we can multiply it using a calculator. So 15 into 6 is equals to 90 cents plus 13 into 18 equals to 234 plus 11x equals to 555. So 234 plus 90 gives you 324. So 324 plus 11x equals to 555. So the 11x equals to what? 555 minus of 555 minus of the answer, that is 324. So we get 231. So x will be 231 divided by 11, right? 231 divided by 11. So each banana cost how much? 21 cents. Part B, we have to solve for the value w. So we can just first shift this 1 over the right side. So 3w by 16 equals to 1 by 2 plus 1. So if I solve this using a cross multiply, so 3w by 16 equals to this multiply by this multiply by this, and this multiply by this, right? So 1 times 1 is 1, plus 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 1 is 2. So we get this as 3w by 16 equals to 3 by 2, right? So 3 by 2, now this 16 can go there. So we can write it as, I'm writing here, 3w equals to 16 times 3 is 16 times 3 is 6 3s are 18, and 3 and the 3 48, right? It should be 48. 16 times 3 is 48, and then 3w is there, and divided by 2 is there, right? So now 48 divided by 2 should be 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 4 is 8, 24. So w will be equals to 24 by 3. That is equals to 8 times 3 is 24. So the value of w is 8. So this is how we have to do it. Part 2, here we can see that 2 raised to power, rest all numbers seems the same, right? So 3 is there, 16 is here, right? 3 is 16, and 1 is also there, and 1 and 1 by 2. So everything is same except 3 into w, right? So this w will be equals to this one, right? So w is equals to 2 raised to power minus y, correct? That's what it meant, because everything is same, so only w is equals to 2 raised to power minus y, right? So now what is the value of w? W is 8. So 8 equals to 2 raised to power minus y. Now to find out the value of y, we can do one thing. We can make this 8 as base power 2, because if both the side the bases are same, we can equate the powers. We can say that the powers are equal to each other. So let's make the base as same. So you know that 8 can be written as 2 raised to power 3, right? Because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So we can write this 8 as 2 raised to power 3. The reason I am writing, because to make the bases same. If the bases are same, then power will be equal to each other. So minus of y equals to 3. So we need the positive value of y. So y will be equals to minus of 3, right? So the value of y is minus of 3. So let's move on. Part C, solve simultaneous equation. You can use substitution method, or even you can use the elimination method to find out. I'll be trying to find out the elimination, because this is p and this is 2p. So let's eliminate p and p by it's possible by dividing it with 2, dividing this with also 2, this with also 2. If I divide all the terms with 2, does not matter, because we divided everything with 2. So if it is divided, this becomes only p, right? This is q by 2, this cannot be cancelled, sorry. So this is q by 2, and this is 2 by 2 is 1, right? So we got this equation, reformed it as p plus q by 2 plus q by 2 equals to 1. So actually we are trying to make it as more complicated, because q by 2 is a term that will be like difficult for you to do it. So instead of that, we can do one thing. We can multiply it, right? We can multiply to all with 2. If I multiply this, I'll get 2p over here minus of 2q over here, and this side I'll get minus of 1, because minus of 1 time minus of 1 by 2 times 2 is 2 to cancel, minus 1 will be remaining. So the previous step, why I left it, because I was getting q by 2. Again I can solve it, but it will be like difficult for you to understand it, that's why. So let's eliminate it. So I get 2p plus q is equals to 2, and the other part is 2p minus of 2q equals to minus 1. Let's eliminate it. This minus 2p and plus 2p cancel. Whatever sign is there, you are going to put the opposite sign of that. So q plus 2p is 3q. Sorry, q plus 2q is 3q, and minus q becomes plus 3. This is equals to 2 plus 1 is 3, and q will be equals to 3 by 3, that is equals to 1. So q is 1. So if q is 1, you can put it in any of the equation, whatever. Here also you can put any of the equation, right? So wherever you can see the equation, let me put this in the first equation. This I'll put it. So q is equals to 1, so plus 1 equals to 2, so 2p equals to 2 minus of this will go there with a negative sign, so 2 minus of 1 is 1, so p is 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2 you can write, or you can write 0.5, both are okay. So this will be your final answer. Part 2, u lies between 0 and 360, and the v answer should lie between 0 and 360. Solve simultaneous equation. So this equation looks similar to the question that we have solved right now. So this 2p, you can see that this 2p is 2 sine u, and this q is cos v, and this is 2 here, right? And this p is actually sine u, and this q is minus of q is this 1 by 2 is here, right? So it means that we can relate sine u as p, right? Because that's what it meant, right? You can take this one, right? The p equals to 2 into p and 2 into sine u. So sine u is equals to p. We can write sine u is equals to p, and the value of p just now we calculated as, here we got it, that is 0.5 or 1 by 2. We can write 0.5, write it. So v u will be equals to what? Sine inverse of 0.5. So we can use a calculator. So sine inverse, shift of sine inverse of 0.5, that gives me the answer 30 degree. So value of u is equals to 30 degree, right? So they want one more answer, so you should know how the sine graph is drawn. So I'll show you the sine graph. I'll draw a sine graph here, and once I'll draw the sine graph, you will be able to get one more value. Let's say this is the sine graph. I'm drawing it like that. So sine graph always starts from 0, okay, and it reaches the maximum value as 1, and the minimum value, it should be negative of 1. Okay, sine graph, the maximum it reaches to 1, and at 90 degree it will go maximum, okay, and it will come back with a symmetry in 180 degree. So you have to learn this. It will come back at 180 degree. So my diagram may not be perfect, but 90 degree it should be in the center, and it will be like the highest point, maximum point of turning, and then it will reach back at negative 1, and this will be 270 degree, right? The minimum point will be 270 degree, and it will go back again and meet the 360 degree, right? And we also need the answer between 0 and 360 as specified in the question, right? U also as well as v also. So we are trying to find the value of u. So in sine graph, just keep it in mind, the maximum value is -1 and +1, and this is the graph. So one of the values 30 degree, right? One of the values 30 degree. Where does 30 degree lies? It's just an assumption, right? This is 90, so 30 might be here, right? Let's say this is 30. So if this is 30 degrees, so you just have to find out the symmetry of this one. See, the symmetry of this one will only be here in this case, right? That is a symmetry, right? The diagram can be symmetrical. So this is 30 degree, correct? So this should be minus of 30 degree, because the length is 30 degree from 0 to 30, right? So this should be minus of 30. So if I subtract 180, because at this is 180, right? So if subtract 180 30 from 180, I'll get a 150, right? So the point at which another value of u will be in 150 degree. How 150? Just now I told you, this is like 30 degree towards this one, so this will be from 180, we have to subtract it. The reason is we are trying to make it a symmetry, right? This is symmetrical to this, we are not getting anywhere else symmetry, right? So some more videos I have posted related to symmetry of this graph. You can go and watch it, so you'll be able to understand it better. So this is how we calculated the value of u. So let's find out the value of v. V also cos, so this is cos v, right? And the cos v equals to q. So cos v equals to q. So what is the value of q? Q is 1, right? We just calculated. So cos of v equals to 1. So v equals to cos inverse of 1, right? So cos inverse of 1 is what? Let's calculate it. So cos inverse of 1 gives you 0 degree, 0 degree or 0 we can say. So that is 0. So value of v is 0. So you should know the diagram of cos also. See, it is never, we will not get always the question like this. Anyway, right now it is 0. But try to understand the symmetric pattern that we need to solve the questions. So the cos value will also lies between -1 and +1 over the top, and the diagram will start here. The diagram starts from zeros, then here the diagram, for cos diagram, the diagram will start from 1 and it will reach to 90, right? And it will come down max minimum at 180 degree. This is 180, and it will reach back to 270, and again it will go like this and reaches to 360, right? This will be 360, as well as we need the answer in 360 degree, right? So if I make it little this side, can you see it? Yeah, it's okay, right? So here you can see one of the values 0, right? One of the values 0. Any other value we need to see, check for the symmetry, where we will get the same type of symmetrical figure. Like we can't even, this is just a 0, right? So 0 will be available only at 360 degree, right? So it's just a there is no shift of, we cannot even predict any diagram over there, but you can just say that. That's why I said that this type of question is very rarely expected. So anyway, if it is 0, this is only there in the case of, see, 0 has like the value as 1, and this is also have the value of 1 over here over the top, so we can also label it as like that. So the another value should be, the one of the value is 0, the another value is possible, that is 360. Okay, this is how we have to identify using the graph. So nowhere else we will get this one value, right? This is 1. I hope you understand, this is 1, right? So this is also 1. So like that you can identify, and any of the questions you can solve using this type of graph. You just have to remember the how the graphs are drawn. One more graph is there, the tan graph. If you remember it, you can easily solve any type of question. Question number 4. F of x is given as, let me erase this here. F of x is 2x minus of 1 and g of x is 3x minus of 2. Then 1 by x, h of x, and j of x is 5 raised to power x. So find the value of f of 2. So f of 2, this is what the x, right? This is 2 here, so value of x is 2, so we have to put the value of x is 2 here. So f of 2 will be equals to 2 into 2 plus of 1, so that is 4 plus of 1. Sorry, there is minus sign. 2 into 2 minus of 1. Okay, minus of 1, minus of 1, so 4 minus of 1 is 3. So f of 2 is 3. Now f second part, g of f of 2. So f of 2 is 3, right? Just now we wrote it. So g of f of 2 I can write 2, f of 2 as 3, right? Wait, f of 2 as 3. Just now we calculate the value of f of 2 as 3. G of 3 we have to calculate now. Now the value of x is what? 3. So I have to put the value of x as 3 in this equation. So I'll be putting 3 into 3 minus of 2. So 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 minus of 2 will be equals to 7. Part B, find g inverse of x. So for doing this type of question, we just have to remember one method. The method is, see, this is the part for g inverse of x, right? G of x is given. We have to find the g inverse of that. So what we can do is, See, g of x is equals to 3x minus of 2. Instead of g of x, I'll write y equals to 3x minus of 2. This is the first step. You have to replace g of x as y. Okay. And the second step is you have to change this y as x and x as y. This is the second step. First is g of x, you have to replace change it as y, and the second step is wherever you see y you will write it as x, and wherever you see x you will write it as y. Okay, this is the second step. And then the third step, you have to find the value of y. Like you have to get the value of y is here, right? So we need to shift this minus 2 over the left hand side to find the value of y. So x plus of 2 equals to 3y, right? And the value of y will be equals to what? X plus 2 divided by 3, right? So this will be equals to now g inverse of x. Right, now g inverse of x is what? X plus 2 divided by 3. I hope you understand. The first step is make g of x as y. The second step is make y as x and x as y, and then find the value of y, and you will get g inverse. Part C, find x when h of x is equals to j of minus 2. So what is h of x? H of x is equals to 1 by x, right? So we can write that first, 1 by x. H of x is equals to 1 by x. And what is j of minus 2? So j of x is 5 by 5 raised to power x, and j of minus of 2 will be equals to 5 raised to power minus 2, right? So now we have to find the value of x for this case. So we can shift this x towards this way, cross multiply, and it will be like 1 by 5 raised to power minus 2 equals to x, right? And this is actually very simple. This minus 2 can come up and becomes positive, right? So you should know that if 1 by x is 1 by x raised to power 2 is there, if it goes up, if this x raised to power 2 goes up, it will have negative sign. Or if it comes down, let's say x by x square is there, so if we want to shift it down, it will have negative sign. Whenever it shifts from the top to bottom or bottom to the top, so it is like the sign got reverse or change. So now 1 by 5 raised to power minus 2 is there, and here we have negative of 2. When it goes up, I'm going to write it, when it goes up, it will be positive of 2. The minus 2 changes to plus 2, and that is equals to the value of x. So 5 square is 25 equals to x. So the answer is 25. Part D, find actually f of x minus of h of x, we have to write it in the single fraction. Okay, single fraction. See, f of x, the value of f of x is equals to 2x minus of 1, right? So value of x, f of x is 2x minus 1, and the value of h of x is this one, 1 by x. So we have to write this into the single fraction. So it's very simple. What you have to do, we have to multiply. See, whatever the denominators are here, we are going to multiply. X times 1 is x, again x times 1 is x. So that's what we are going to write it at the bottom, right? Multiplying all. So I'll give you an example here. Let's say 2 by 3 plus 4 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is there, right? So first case is 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 2 is 12. Multiplying all together and writing over the bottom, right? That is the first case. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, so x times 1 is x, and x times 1 is x again. So I wrote it down, right? Now the second step is, you whatever the product you are getting at the bottom, you are going to divide that with the first denominator. Okay, x divided by 1 is x itself, and whatever answer you are getting, you have to multiply over the top, right? So x divided by 1 is x, and x times 2 x is 2x square. So same step, I'll just help you in this way also, so that you can understand it better. So 12 divided by 3 is what? 12 divided by 3 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. Got it? Like that. Same way we did it here. Minus of, same step. First we have to divide this x, divide this with that first denominator, a second denominator now, and whatever answer comes, you are going to multiply it with the top. So x divided by 1 is x itself, and 1 in x into minus 1 is minus x, right? Same way I'll do it here also with the number. This is just an example I'm giving you. Okay, so 12 divided by 2 is what? 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 6 times 4 is 24. Got it? I'm dividing it, and then answer I'm going to multiply it with the same numerator. So then this x divided by x is 1, and 1 times the numerator is 1 itself. The sign is negative there, so I wrote it there. So same way 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 6 times 1 is 6. For this case it's like that. Now because here we have the number, we can add it together, but here there is no number, we can't add it, so we just made into a single fraction. That's all. This will be your final answer to write. So my answer is 2x square minus of x minus of 1 by x. I hope you understand the method. This is just an example. You can just go through it, you will understand it better. Part E, we have to find the value of j of 2. So j of 2 was equals to okay, j of x is given, right? J of x is 5 raised to power x. So j of x is 5 raised to power x. I'll write it over here. So j of 2 is what? So j of 2 will be equals to what? So 5 2, right? Because in the value of x I have to put the value of 2. So 5 square is 25. So j of 2 is equals to 25, correct? So j of 2 is 25. So j of 2, so j of 25 we have to write, correct? Because the j of 2 is equals to 25 now, so j of 25 we have to write. So j of 25 it will be equals to what? Actually j of x is equals to 5 raised to power x, right? So j of 25 will be equals to what? Instead of x I'll be putting 25. So 5 raised to power 25 we have to find using our calculator. So 5 raised to power 25, that gives you 2.98 0. We can write it into 3 decimals, 2.98, that's all, into 10 raised to power 17 we can write. So this will be our final answer. Part F, find x when j inverse of x is 4. So this is like we have to see j inverse. As I told you, if I write 1 by x, 1 by x can be written as x raised to power minus 1, because this is 1. Or if I write x raised to power minus 1, I can write it as 1 by x. So this is one of the rule of indices, but let's use the rule of indices here also. Let's find out the value of x by that. So here you can see this is j inverse of x, so I can write it as 1 by j, right? And x is here equals to 4. If this j goes there, so it becomes j of 4, right? It's j of 4, x equals to j of 4, and j of 4 equals to what? So j of x, and we know that j of x is equals to 5 raised to power x. That's given in the question. This is question. So j of 4 will be equals to 5 raised to power 4, that is equal to 5 raised to power 4 equals to 625. So 625 is j of 4, and j of 4 is equals to x. So the value of x is also equals to 625. So let's move on. Question number 5. ABCDEFGH is a regular octagon with side of length 6 cm. The diagram shows a part of octagon. O is the center of octagon, M is the midpoint of AB. So we have to show that angle OAM is 67 degrees. So this is 67.5 degree, we have to show it. So we can do one thing, we can find out the interior angle of this. To find out the sum of interior angle, we use this formula. Number of sides, that is n, minus of 2. If I multiply this with 180, I'll get sum of interior angle. Okay, so number of side is, because it's an octagon has 8 number of sides, so number of side is 8 minus of 2 times of 180. So 8 minus of 2 is 6, and 6 times 180 is what? Let's calculate it. 6 times 180 is equals to 1080. So the total interior angle is 1080, right? But we need one interior angle because we have to find out this whole angle. Because we just have to find out this whole angle, we are trying to find out the whole angle, and we will be dividing it with 2. You understanding, right? So we have to prove that this angle itself is 67.5. So let's find out the whole interior angle. So this is one of the interior angle, and this is one of the interior angle, right? So the sum of interior angle is 1080 because octagon has 8 sides. So if I divide the sum of interior angle, means all the interior angles addition, that is 1080. If I divide that with 8, I'll get each angle, right? So if I divide this with 8, then one angle is 135 degree. So each angle is 135, correct? But this angle is 135, this angle is 135, but we need this angle only, right? You can I'll erase it and write it again. This angle is 135, so we just need this one, that is just a half of that. So half of 135 is what? That is equals to 67.5. That's how we can find out the answer. I hope you understand. You just have to remember the sum of interior angle, that is n minus 2. Number of side, n means number of sides minus 2 into 180. So this angle is 67.5. So let's do the next part. Calculate the area of octagon. So you know that, let me erase everything. Maybe easy for you to understand now. So this angle is 67.5. This is 90 degree, correct? So what is this angle? If I subtract, I have to add 90 plus 67.5. I'll get 157.5, and I have to subtract this with my 157.5. So I'll get 22.5. So this angle is 22.5. So if this angle is 22.5, see, we need to find out the area of the whole octagon, right? So let's find out the area of this one first. Okay, so we can use area of triangle formula to find out the area of this one. So yeah, so let's focus on this triangle, or else we can even focus on this whole triangle. That is also okay. We can also directly find out the area of one whole triangle. Yeah, so how we can do it, but we need the base. Yeah, base, we know the base is given as 6 centimeter, that is length, right? AB is 6, right? With one of the side is 6, so this is 6 centimeter, that is 6. Okay, so we need the height, correct? So with that we can use half into base 6 and height OM. We need the height OM, right? So for finding the OM, we can use either sine rule. Okay, this is 6, so this will be 3 and this will be 3, right? So we can use sine rule. Yes, we can use sine rule to find out OM. So sine of 67.5. I'll try to find out OM, right? I need this OM. So sine of 67.5 divided by sine of 67.5 divided by the opposite side, that is OM, equals to sine of 22.5 divided by opposite side, that we already know. Okay, sine of 22.5 divided by opposite side, that is 3. So OM will be equals to, cross multiply, this goes there, this goes there, this comes down. So OM is equals to sine 67.5 times 3 divided by Sine 22.5. Let's use our calculator. So sine of 67.5 times 3 divided by sine of 22.5. So we'll get this answer 7.24. So the length of OM is 7.24. Okay, so let's use this directly. I don't want to change this into, I don't want to round it off. 1 by 2 into 6 into 7.24 something, right? Let's not round it off. Let's just multiply the answer with 6 and divide it with 2. And I got the area of one of the triangle is, you are like just finding out one of the triangle that is approximately 21.72, but I still have, I don't want to round it off again because I am trying to get the exact answer. So I can multiply, because one of the triangle we got it right, it will be like 8 triangles because it's an octagon, so we'll have around 8 triangles, correct? Something like this. We'll have 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We'll have one more triangle like that, so it should be equally divided with the same sides. So it's a regular octagon, so it will be equal. So area, if it is, if one of the triangle is 21.7, so 21.72 into 8. So this I'm keeping it in the calculator. So if I multiply this with 8, I should get 173.8, right? I did not, sorry, 173.8. I did not even shifted any number and rounded off to, see this number, there are some more digits there, but I did not write it there. I just continued with my calculator for calculating. So this is the answer 173.8. Actually, it is a perfect correct answer. You can, if you want, you can round it off. Finally, you can round it off the answer as 174, or you can just write it as 173.8. That's not an issue. So this is how we have to calculate the area of this octagon. Then part 2, find the area of circle that passes through the vertices of the octagon. So we have to find out the area of circle that passes through the vertices. So I'll draw a circle to make it clear, like that. The circle will be looking like this. Okay, so the circle radius will be this one. Okay, the longest one. Okay, these things are circle radius actually. So we have to find out the radius. Let's say I'm trying to find out OB. Okay, or we can say OA. OA is also equal. Let me erase all the things. It should be like, to make it easier for you to understand. Okay, so you know that, I hope you understand the circle that I have drawn. Just I'm trying to make it more easy to understand. So this angle is 22.5 as we have calculated using sine rule. This is 67.5. So I need to find out OA, that is the radius, right? Because we need to find out the area of circle, because we are focusing on area of circle, and area of the circle will be equals to pi r square, correct? Area of the circle equals to pi r square, and pi we can calculate using calculator, but the r we need, right? That's why I am trying to find out the value of r, and I am getting the sorry and I am getting the value of r from here. Okay, that is OA. So this is OA. So OA will be equals to, we can find out the value of OA again using the sine rule, right? So OA is actually opposite to this 90 degree, correct? So we can write sine 90 by OA equals to, this is 3 because the total length was 6, so this will be half is 3, so AM, right? So sine 90 by OA equals to sine of 22.5 by 3. So in this case you will get the value of OA. So OA will be equals to sine 90 times 3 divided by sine 22.5. Let's use our calculator. Sine 90 time, okay, sorry, sine, we have to put the bracket, okay, because otherwise it will give you the value of 90 times 3, that is 270, sine 270. So you have to close the bracket for sine 90, then you have to multiply it with 3, then sine of 22.5, bracket close. So this gives you the value of OA. Because it's in decimals, so I'm not going to write it and round it off, so let it be like that. So OA will be equals to 7.83 something, right? So that is I'm just writing it 7.83, and we have to square that, right? I'm directly squaring in the calculator, so answer square, so I squared it, and I have to multiply my answer with pi. So if I multiply my answer with pi, I'm getting 193.0, correct? Yeah, 0.06. So if you round it off to 3 significant figure also, it will lie 193 only. 0.0 we will not take on. So this is your final answer. So now part B. This is a diagram shown of a horizontal container for water with a uniform cross section, okay, and it's a semicircle. Actually both the sides it's a semicircle, and the radius of the semicircle is 0.45, and length of the container is 4 meter, okay. Calculate the volume of container. So you should know one thing. If I'm having, like, volume of cylinder comes from this way, so the circle is below, and over the top also it goes like that, right? So if this is pi r square, the area of the circle is pi r square, and if I multiply the pi r square with h, that becomes the volume of cylinder, that is pi r square h. So same way, it is also the case of cuboid. Actually in cuboid also, the base area is what? The base area is length into breadth, right? And if I multiply that with h, so it becomes length into breadth into height, okay. So the area of the base multiplied by height gives you the volume. So most of the figure can be we can calculate the volume by multiplying the area of base with the height. So same way, this is also a semicircle here. If I could manage to find out the area of the semicircle, I can multiply it with height to get the volume, right? So you should know the area of circle because it's a part of circle, right? So it's just a half of that. So what is area of circle, right? Area of circle, let's find out. Area of circle is, so area of circle is what? Pi r square, right? Pi r square. So pi into radius is 0.45 square, right? But we don't need the area of circle, we need the area of semicircle. So we'll do pi r square divided by 2, right? I'll write SC. So area of semicircle will be pi r square divided by 2. Pi r square divided by 2. Let's use a calculator to calculate this easily. So we can write pi into I'll put a bracket, 0.45 square, and over the bottom I'll write 2. So this gives me answer 0.3180. So that is the area actually, okay, area of the semicircle. And that area I'll not write over here exact number, we can't write it because final answer, if I round it off here itself, then the final answer will be more changed, right? So I'll keep it in my calculator and multiply it with 4. I hope you understand why I have to multiply the area of this one with 4 to get the volume, right? So I have to multiply this with 4. If I multiply it with 4, I am getting some answer like 1.2723, something like that. So if I round it off to 3 significant figure, I will get 1.27, because it's a 272, so I'll make it as 0. So 1.27 will be your answer. 1.27 will be the volume of the container. I hope you understand this. Part 2. The greatest depth of the water in the container is 0.3 meter. The diagram shows the cross section. Calculate the number of liter of water in the container. So the water in the container is filled with this much of, this is the only water actually. So these are the water contained part. So we have to find out the volume of number of liters it's being filled with. So what we can do is let's find out using we can make a construction here. This is a center, right? So we will draw a triangle over here. Let me draw it nicely. We'll draw a triangle over here like this, and this will be a triangle, and this will be, you can see this will be a part of a sector, right? So let me this whole will be a sector. This whole will be a sector, and we can conclude it as an area of sector. And this part we have to take it as a uh, triangle, right? And we can find out uh, we have to focus on finding this area, right? If I find out this area, I can multiply it with 2 to get the area of the whole one, and then I will be multiplying it with 4 to get the volume, right? So we can do one thing. So let's find out the area of the whole sector, this whole sector, and then let's subtract it with the area of a triangle to get the area of this one. So that's the method that we are going to use right now. So let's find out the area of sector, and for finding the area of sector, so this is the area of okay, wait. So this whole will be the area of sector. For finding the area of sector, I need this angle, right? Theta. So how can I get that angle? We can get it. Yeah, we can do one thing. Let's make a triangle first and let's find out that one. So this whole is 0.45, as this is a radius, right? So 0.45 minus 0.3 will be giving you this length. So 0.45 minus of 0.3 gives you the length as 0.15. So this will be 0.15. Okay, so this length is 0.15. I'll erase this one. So 0.15 I can write over here. Okay, so what is this length? This length is 0.45 because it's also radius. This is 90 degree. Okay, then yes, we can find out the sector angle by cos rule, because cos theta says CAH, right? Zocato. So adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 0.15 and hypotenuse is 0.45. So Zocato rule you can use to find out, that is CAH, adjacent and hypotenuse. So theta will be equals to cos inverse of 0.15 divided by 0.45. Let's try to find out the answer. So theta will be equals to cos inverse of 0.15 divided by 0.45, and that gives me the answer 70.528. So theta will be 70.528. Can be round off to 9. I can write it. Or yeah, 70.52. I'm just writing in the round off figure, but even we can calculate without rounding off also, no problem. So let me keep that answer in the calculator itself. I got the value of theta is 70.529, something like that, right? Okay, so the theta answer is 70.529. Okay, so let's find out the area of now sector. So the area of sector will be equals to, okay, we know the formula of area of sector, that is right over here. Area of sector equals to theta by 360 times 3 times pi r square. Theta by 360 times pi r square. So theta is 70.529 by 360 times pi r square. R is 0.45, and if I put a square on it, we'll get the answer. Let me write the answer directly using the point values and all. I'm not rounding it off. So just multiply this with pi and multiply it with 0.45 square of that, and this answer I have to divide it with 360, and I got the area of sector as 0.12463461641. So it is around 0.1246. 0.1246. Okay, and for 7 I can write, but let this answer be because there are a lot of digits there, so let me keep the answer in the calculator itself. So I got the area of sector now, right? If I could find out the area of triangle, then I can subtract the area of a sector with area of triangle, right? To get the area of the shaded part, that is this one. That's what we are focusing to find out. So let's find out the area of triangle. So area of triangle is, to find out the area of triangle, we can use see the base length we don't know, so let's use sine rule to find out the area. So sine we can use because the theta angle we know it, right? Okay, or let's find out the base and just multiply it with pi square. Both are correct anyway. Let's use the sine rule. Okay, sine rule means the area of can be written as half into the two sides. The two sides are 0.15 and the another side is 0.45, and multiplying it with the in between angle. So in between angle is this one, right? This one is theta, so this side and this side, so in between angle is 0.70.529. So I can get let me multiply this one using my calculator. So 1 by 2 times 0.15 times 0.45 times 70.529. I'm getting this answer. This is like 0.15 times 0.45 times 70 point, oh sorry, it should be sine of, what I'm really sorry for that. It should be sine of half of this and this, and we have to write sine of sine of 70.529. So I have to add sine to that. So I have to add here sine of 70.529, the bracket there. So now my answer is 0.3181. Okay, then 0.3181, right? So we have to take the previous answer, that was this one, 0. What was the answer? Yeah, right now the current answer is 0.030181. So we can write it as 8, or we can write it as 0.032 also. Anyway, that is also fine. So this is my answer. We have to subtract it with my previous answer, that was 0.1247, right? Area of triangle is great. No, it's smaller. Yeah, okay. So we have to subtract 0.1247, that was the area of the whole sector, subtracted with the answer. If I write it, so I'll get 0.92, something like that. So I got the area of this one just by subtracting it with the area of triangle. This was the area of triangle and this was the area of sector. I subtracted it. So I have to multiply it with 2 with this answer. Let me keep it with that. Multiply it with 2. I got 0 point. Why I'm multiplying it to? Because I need this also, and the same answer I have to multiply it with 4. So yeah, if I multiply it with 4, I'm getting, why I'm multiplying it with 4? To get the volume of this one, because the container is has the length of 4, right? Previous part we have done. So I'm getting around 0.7430. Let me take it as I hope you understand what I did. We just multiplied, we just subtracted uh, area of we can write area of the shaded equals to area of the triangle minus of the area of the sector, sorry, area of the sector minus of the area of the triangle. So area of sector was 0.1247 minus of area of triangle was 0.0318, and then we got the area of shaded one, and then we have to multiply it with 2 to get the area of the whole shaded one, and then I have to multiply the whole answer with 4, this whole answer with 4 to get the to get the volume of the whole water, right? The volume of the water. So this is actually the volume of water, that is 0.7430. So this is the volume in meter cube, correct? But we don't need the volume, we need actually the capacity, that is liter. So you should know that 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liter. Okay, 1 meter cube is 1000 liter. So we have this much of meter cube. So we'll directly multiply this answer with 1000 and we will get 743 liter. So that will be my answer. So this is how we have to do this. It was really big question, so you have to understand each and every step. So let's move on to the next question. Question number 6. So this diagram is given and we have to use this diagram to solve some questions here. So this is part A. The diagram shows the graph of y equals to f of x for minus 1.5 to 5. So find f of 2. F of 2 we have to find out. So f of x means the value of x is 2 now, right? From this we can identify the value of x is 2. So if value of x is 2, what is the value of y? That's what they are asking. So let's find out using the graph itself. So I'll erase these things. When the value of x is 2, then what is the value of y? So let me use my ruler. When the value of x is 2, okay, so this should be minus of 3, right? So when value of x is plus 2, then it should be the value of y is I'll write over here minus of 3. Using the graph only you have to do. So that's sorry. Okay, so let's move on. Part 2, solve the equation f of x is 0. Then you have to find out the solution for this one actually. So f of x is 0, right? So f of x is this one and equals to 0. It means that y is 0, right? That's what it meant. So if y is 0, then what all solutions that we can get it, we have to find out using the graph. So this is y is equals to 1, this is y equals to 0, right? So y0 is this line. Wait, let me take the scale out. So y0 will be this line, and in this line where the graph intersects, that's what the point of, that's what our solution is. One is at -1, okay, the other is at this is 1.5, so this should be 1.6, and here it is around 4 point, this should be 4.5, this should be 4.4. So this is -1. Okay, so our answer is the graph cuts at 3 point there. So our answer is negative of 1, and one is 1.6 and the other was 4.4. So this is how we have to solve this question. Part 3, f of x is equals to k has 3 solution where k is an integer. So integer can be positive and negative, but it cannot be any decimal, so that you have to know. And find the smallest possible value of k, we have to find out. So the one thing that we can understand from this is it should be an integer, means it cannot be in any decimal values, and it should be the smallest possible value, right? Smallest possible value. And yeah, so f of x equals to k, and it should have 3 solution also. This 3 thing you have to keep it in mind: 3 solution, integer, and smallest possible. Let's move on to the graph now. So the smallest will be below only, because we will be having the value greater 7, 6, and all these are positive integers, so we'll have a maximum. So the smallest possible will be lying down. We should have 3 solutions, right? So let me take my ruler. Can I get 3 solution here? I'll get only 1 solution, because sorry, so if I am drawing a line over here, I'll get only 1 solution, because there is only 1 intersection point. So this is wrong. So if I draw it here also, see, if I draw it here, uh, this is an integer first of all, right? It's not an integer. It's not an integer because it's coming 8.1 or 8.2, something like that, right? So it is also wrong. So smallest possible integer will be only the case of minus of 8, because there only we have 3 intersection point, means 3 solution. One is here, one is here, and one is here. 3 solution is here. Also this number 8 is an integer. So your answer is minus of 8. K is minus of 8. So let's do the next part of this question. Part B. No, part 4. On the grid, draw a line y equals to mx so that f of x is equals to mx exactly have one solution. So here it is very clearly we can see that y equals to mx only written. Y equals to mx plus c is not written. So it means that y equals to mx plus c, where c is not there, it means that c is 0. C0 means definitely the graph, the line is the line, equation of the line that crosses from origin, right? Whenever the C is 0, the line is passing through origin, because C is the point where the line cuts the y-axis, right? So definitely the line is cutting the y-axis at point 0. That's what the idea that we can get it from this equation is. So, and it should have one solution. So two things need to be noted: that C is 0 because y equals to mx only written, and one solution, exactly one solution. So let's turn back to the graph now. One solution. See, you can get you can make many lines, but you have to draw any one line that passes through C, that is 0. And also make sure that don't draw line like this, because if you're drawing line like this, definitely it is going to cut 2 points over here and over here. Okay, this will be a wrong answer. So don't draw, although it is passing through origin, but it will be having two solutions, two solutions, because it's cutting two of the lines. Also it will cut there also. So we can draw it in such a way, such an angle that does not, because the graph will go like this one, right? So it will go on. So we can draw like this angle, right, somewhere, so that the line also does not touch, because the graph will extend like that, the line will also not touch. Okay, so anywhere, any point like this we can draw it. Just you have to, because m is there, right? M shows the gradient is there, right? So you should have to tilt somewhere like this one or that one, anywhere, but it should not be in such a way that it is going to cut the graph, right? It should only cut the graph at one point. That's what they said. So you can make an angle like that. You can draw a line like this is one of the possible cases, because it's going to cut only over here. It is not going to cut anywhere else because the graph turns from here, so it is going to cut like that. So any one possible line you can draw it and label it as the question 6a4 like that. So this is one of the answer I have made. You can select any of the line as choice of yours. Okay, let's do the next part. Part B, function is given 3x square minus 12x plus 7. You have to find the value of differentiation dy by dx when x is equals to 5. So we have to differentiate this function first. So if I differentiate this one, so I'll get this is a power rule. So differentiating this gives you multiply by this one. 3 times 2 is 6. X power minus of 1 is 1, and 1 times 12 is 12, and power minus of 1 x raised to power 0 is 1 itself. So differentiation of the function is 6x minus of 12, and now we have to put this is dy by dx, and now we have to put the value of x as 5. So if I put the value of x as 5, I'll get 5 minus of 12. So this will be 30 minus of 12. So 30 minus of 12 equals to 18. So differentiation of this when x is 5 is 18. Part 2. Find the coordinate of the point of the graph y is 3x square minus of 12x plus 7. We have to find out the coordinates when the gradient is 0, right? So you should know that the gradient is 0 only in the two cases. One is in the maximum point and other is in the minimum point, right? So gradient will be 0 means differentiation is 0, right? So we can differentiate this one. Already it's differentiated, so we can say that gradient is 0 when dy by dx is 0. So already differentiated here, the answer is here, lying over here. So 6x minus 12 will be equals to 0. So 6x equals to 12. Right side moved with a positive sign. So value of x is 12 divided by 6. So that is equals to 2. So the value of x is 2. So put the value of x over here in this equation to get the value of y. So y equals to 3 into 2 square. That I am just putting the value of x over here, minus of 12 into 2 plus of 7. So if I use my calculator to solve this, 3 times 2 square minus of 12 times 2 plus of 7 gives me minus of 5. So the coordinate is plus 2 and minus 5. So this is how we have to do this question. Part C. When y equals to 2 into x raised to power p plus q into x square. So the differentiation of this gives you 14x raised to power 6 plus 6x actually. So we have to find out the value of p and q. This is an easy question, we can say, because if I differentiate this part, I should get this one, right? That's what the thing is. If I differentiate this one, I should get this one. So let's try from the first one, that is, see, if I differentiate 2x raised to power p, so I should multiply this one first. So 2 into p, correct, into x into p minus of 1. So now that becomes 14, correct. So 2p is now 14. So we can write 2p equals to 14. I hope you understand, because if you know the power rule, the differentiation of the power rule, it will be easy for you to understand. I'll explain. I think that was easy to understand. 2 into p is equals to 14, correct. This is how power rule works. So we are least worried about the subtraction of 1 with the powers, because we just have to focus on the value of p. So p will be equals to 14 by 2, that is equals to 7. Okay, same way Here also q into 2, right? 2 into q, that's what is equals to 6, right? That's what the case is. So 2q equals to 6. Power rule, power is multiplied with the coefficient of that, so q will be equals to 6 by 2. So q is 6 by 2 is 3. It was an easy question, so you should know the power rule to solve these questions. Question number 7. We have to calculate angle ACD. So this angle we have to calculate. This is the angle that we have to calculate. So we can use cosine rule in this case, because opposite side, that is 9, that is given. So you should know the cosine rule says c square equals to a square plus b square minus of 2 into a into b into cos of the in between angle. In between angle is this one, theta. Okay, let's say this is theta. So c will be this one, this will be a, and this will be a, and this will be b. So this is what actually a and b is, 14, and this is c. So let's put the values as it is. So 9 square equals to a is 14 square plus b is 12 square minus of 2 into 14 into 12 into cos theta. I'm writing because theta in between angle, that's what the in between angle is. Okay, so to find out this cos theta, let's solve a little bit more. Okay, I can take this whole there over the left side. So 9 square minus of 14 square minus of 12 square, then divide it with, so I first took this minus of plus 14 square over the left with negative 14 square, and plus 12 square with a negative 12 square, and I have to, so wait, if I take that over the left, I'll be left with what type of thing? Let me make it much more clear to you. So here we have minus of 2 into 14 into 12 into cos theta, right? But we are focusing only on theta. So let's because all the things are in multiple, 2, 14 and 12 into cos theta is in multiple, so we can take down, because it's in multiple, so we can take down the value of 2 into 14 into 12. That's, yeah, we can take it down like that. So cos theta will be equals to what? 9 square minus of 14 square minus of 12 square divided by minus 2 into 14 into 12, right? So we can do, so now theta will be equals to what? Cos inverse of all these values. So cos inverse of 9 square minus of 14 square minus of 12 square divided by minus of 2 into 14 into 12. Of course I took little bit bigger steps to explain you. So if you will do it in your calculator, cos inverse of, it will be easy for you. Let's say 9 square minus of 14 square minus of 12 square divided by, here it should be, I'll put it in a bracket, minus 2 times 14 times 12, the whole bracket I have to close. I will get 39.57. So 39.57, we can round it off to 39.6 to 3 significant figure. Yeah, so angle ACD will be 39.6. So this is how we have to do it. Even you can write 39.57. That's not the wrong answer. You can also round it up to 3 significant figure, or you can just write 39.57. Even both the answer will give you the full marks, so not an issue in this. Part B. Show that BC equals to 7.05 kilometer, correct to 2 decimal places. So yeah, if the question asks you to round it off to 2 decimal places or 3 significant figure, then you have to definitely do it. If they are not asking, that's an option that you can do it or not do it. That's not a problem. Okay, you can round it off to nearest 10, nearest 100 also. Okay, that's up to you. Answer should, in that case, the answer will be lying between the range. Okay, so you will be awarded marks for that. So the previous question also, I'm talking about that also. If you're rounding off to three significant figure or not doing, because they have not asked us to round it off to anything. Actually, before the question, it's they will be giving you. If they are not giving you, let it be like you can round it off. Maximum you can round it off to three significant figure. That will be the best option, because even in the question paper from the front itself, it's given that you have to answer everything in three significant figure. But it's not compulsory. It's not necessary. You can write the answer that is showing in your calculator. Even that will also give you the full marks. So, but in this type of case where they are asking correct to two decimal places, definitely you have to write the proper answer. So let's solve this one. So BC is equals to 7.05 we have to show, and BC length is somewhere here, and you can see that the opposite angles are also known, so we can use sine rule to find out this answer. Okay, because opposite to 25 degrees is this one, and this one is also known, so we can use sine rule. So we can write sine of 123 divided by sine 123 divided by 14 equals to sine of angle 23 divided by BC. I can write, right? That's what 25 divided by BC. Sorry, 25. The angle 25 divided by BC. So so the length BC will be cross multiplied. Just cross multiply and do it. So BC will be equals to sine 25 times 14 divided by sine 123. So let's use our calculator in this. Sine 25 times 14 divided by sine 123, that gives you 7.054. okay, here we have to round it off to two decimal places, right? So it means that after decimal there should be only two digits, so we have to round it off like okay, we can round it off to two decimal places. So 7.054 is there. So 7.054 is there. So because the 4 is actually less than 5, so I'll write only 7.05 kilometer. That's what the thing that we needed, right? So anyway, this is just, we have to show the thing. 7.05 kilometer, we are getting the answer. Yeah. So let's move on. Part C, calculate the shortest distance from B to AC. So diagram again, we have to go back. So B to AC, so this is B and this is AC. So the shortest distance will always be 90 degree. Keep it in mind, because this cannot be the shortest distance, right? Because it will be longer than that. So it will not even be 90 degree. So can you see that all these are becoming longer, the lengths are becoming longer. So the shortest distance be only the line that is 90 degree. So if it is 90 degree, we have to find out this, let's say bx. Okay, we have to find out the length bx. How can we find out the length bx? We can either use any of the trigonometric ratios, or else sine rule also it will work, because this length bc just now we calculated, that is 7.05. so you can use trigonometric ratio also. I'm comfortable with using sine rule. So sine of 90 by opposite side, that is 7.05, equals to we have to find out bx. So sine of 32 divided by bx, I can write it, 32 opposite is bx, right? So bx will be equals to, cross multiply there, this goes there, and sine of 32 times 7.05 divided by sine of 90. Sine 90 will be 1. So if you don't want to write also, no problem. So but I'll tell you, we have to write that sine of 32 times 7.05 divided by sine 90. Sine 90 is 1, but answer will be same only. So 3.733 3.73 is the answer. You can, yeah, it's actually 3.735, right? So 5 becomes more than, actually 5 or more than that, we can round it off to 4. So my answer is 3.735. So 3.7345 is the answer, but I can write it as sorry, 3.735, right? So we can write it as 3.7374. Correct. 3.74. Yeah. So I can write it as 3.74. See, as I told you, there is no such case given that you have to round it off to three significant figure or as such like that. You can write even the answer 3.735 also, 3.735 also, or you can write it as 3.74. Both will be accepted as the answer. Yeah, I just solved in this one. So actually this whole thing need to be solved there in this part. So that's what we have done. So the answer is 3.735 or 3.74. So any of the value you can write. So let's move on to the next part. Part D, calculate the length of the straight line BD. So BD, let's look on the diagram now. So BD is this line. As you can see, the BD is this line. So we have to find out the length of BD. So we can take this triangle actually. We can take this triangle. So yes, we can do one thing. Here we can find out this by cos rule. That's the only way we can do it, because we know this angle, and this angle is equals to, just in the first part we have solved this angle ACD, that was 39.6, right? So the total angle we can say it as 32.39.6, 32 plus 39.6, that we can write as 71.6. So the total angle, we can write this whole total angle as 71.6, 71.6. Okay, so now you can use a cos rule, because both the sides we know, these two sides are known, and in between angle is 71.6, so we can use cos rule. So cos rule says that the BD square, right, BD square will be equals to 7.05, 7.05 square plus one of the side square plus other side is 12, right? So that is 12 square minus of 2 into the first side, that is 7.05, into other side is 12, into cos of the in between angle. In between angle is 71.6. just now I calculated, right? 71.6. so yeah, so let's solve this. Actually we have to under root it this, because it's square, so I'll take that square root and under root this one using a calculator. Let's solve it. So we can write it in our calculator directly. Under root of 7.05 square plus 12 square minus of 2 into 7.05, then 12 times cos of 71.6. okay, 71.6. so I'm getting 11.8443, 11.844, something like that. So we can write it as 11.8. See, if we round it off to three significant figure, it will be 11.8. Okay, I should not write my answer over here, as I have to write the answer over here. That's what we have to do. 11.8 I can write it, please copy the things from there. I was confused there. So the answer of this one, I just wrote it over here, so it should be like question number D, right? D part. So that's what we are calculating, because the diagram is over there, so I have like used over there the space there. So it should be 11.8. So as I told you, there is no such mentioned that you have to round it up to 2 decimal or 3 decimal in the question. So whatever the answer you got it in the calculator, even that answer you can write it, but you cannot write so big answer. Let us round it off to 8.5. It's your wish, you can round it off to the 100 decimal, 100 or 1000 or tens. So if I round it off to 2 decimal, it should be 85. Okay, or 80, right? 84 can become 80, or 11.8, it also works, right? Three significant figures. So I just wrote the answer over there. Yeah, so this is how we have to do it. So let's move on. Part C. C is due east of A. Find the bearing of D from C. So you just have to understand D from C, right? So let's check for the diagram. So I just want to erase the things here, so it becomes easy for you to understand. So D from C, right? So from C means from C we have to take north and we have to rotate clockwise degree to reach D, right? This is what D from C means. So this is what angle we have to find out. So this angle is 39.6 that we have calculated already, right? So this angle is 90, so this angle is 1, yeah, this is 270, right? This whole angle will be 270. So angle is very simple, it's like 270 plus 39.6 will be your final answer. You just have to keep it in mind. So D from C means from C, right? So you have to start from C clockwise and north to clockwise till it reaches D. That's how we have done. So it should be like 39.5 is an angle given plus 270 degree. If you add it in your calculator, you will get the answer. So 270 plus 39.5, 6, sorry, it's actually 309.6. 309.6, so you can write it as 6. Okay, let's move on. Question number 8. So here we have to do sets question. So the first set notation we have to describe here. So this is an intersection, right? A and B. This case is an intersection case. We can write it as A intersection B. So the second part is shade the correct region in the Venn diagram. So usually there are many ways to do. I will just make it much more easy. I'll just number it 1, 2, 3 and 4 here. So what is Q? Q is equals to what? The value of Q is this one, right? This is whole Q, right? So 2 and 3. I'll write 2 and 3. Video might take little bit longer because I'll try to explain you better. So if you watch the whole video, it will be easy for you. And please like, share and subscribe also. So if Q is, the Q value is 2 and 3 and P dash, right? We are trying to find this one, and P dash is what? Excluding P, everything will come, right? So P dash means this is not P dash, right? This is P, right? So P dash will be rest of the part. Rest of the part is 3 and 4, right? Now what they are asking in between, union of that. Union means uh 1, 2, 3. Okay, union means all together, everything we have to write. So Q union P means 2 we have to write, 3 we have to shade, and 3 is already shaded, so 4. So we have to shade 2, we have to shade 3 whole part, and also we have to shade 4. The 4 is the outside part, right? So this is how we have to shade it. So only the 1 and this part will be left, the 1 part will be left. So this is how we have to show it. So same method I'll be using for this one also. So what is K union L? K union L, right? K union means what? Let's number it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So union means what? Union means everything will come, right? So K and L union is this one, this whole part, and L whole part, right? This is what K union L, right? So I'll write all the number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? I wrote all the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comes. Then M dash. I'll erase this one. Now to okay. Now M dash. M dash means excluding M, everything will come, right? So this is M. I'll just shade the M part. So rest all number will come inside that, right? Rest all number is 1, 2, 3 and 8, correct? So that is M dash. So now right, yeah, that is M dash, right? So now we have to do what? Intersection of that. Intersection means common number. So from this, which all number are common? 1 is common from both, 2 is common from both, and 3 is common. So what we have to shade? Only 1, 2 and 3. So go through the video again, you will understand it better. If you don't understand, it's very easy. 1 and 2 and 3 we have to shade. So this will be our final answer. Part B. So the letters are written Venn diagram, and the diagram shows 11 cards are there. One of these cards is chosen at random. So one of the card is chosen at random, and one of the we have to write the probability that the card is actually not letter, not A. Not A means how many A's are there? 1, 2. So not A means out of 11, 2 are A's. So not A is 9 are not A, right? And out of 11, so 9 by 11 will be the answer. Part 2. A card is chosen at random from these 11 cards and then replaced back. The second card is then chosen at random. Find the probability that exactly one card has the letter N. So we are choosing two cards. Out of that, one card should be N. The other card should not be there. They have not given first and the second card. So it means that we will get two cases. One is probability may be like to get the first case can be I can get the first card as N, and other card cannot be letter N. This is one of the case. Or I can get the first card that is not letter N and the second card should be letter N. But the case is like one of the cards should be N, right? One of the cards should be N. So this two cases we can make it. So how many N's are there? Actually 1, 2. There are 2 N out of 11, right? So probability I can write it as 2 cards there are N out of the total 11, and if I select another card, right, that should not be N. So two cards are of N. So if I collect another card that should not be N is 9, because 9 card is left that is not N. So 9 by 11. Why I'm writing 11 again? Because we replaced it back. I took first card N and I put it back. So all the cards are remaining. All the 11 cards are remaining. So that's why the second card is now the second card that is not N, that is 9 by 11. So then plus the second case is like the first card that I'm taking is not N, so it is 9 by 11, and the second card that I'm taking is having N, so the number of card is 2, right? The N having number of card is 2, so 2 by 11. So if I do this, actually it's just a multiple of 2, so we can just write it as 2 times 2 by 11 times 9 by 11, because both two things are coming the same, right? So I just wrote 2 times this one. So let's use calculator. So 2 times 2 by 11, sorry, I have to write it again. 2 by 11 times 9 by 11. So this gives me answer as 36 by 121, or so this is not the way you can write it. So 36 by 121 you can write, that will be your final answer. Part C. 50 students are asked if they like English or mathematics. 3 says they do not like English and do not like mathematics. 33 says they like English. 42 says they like mathematics. So we have to complete this table. So the total number is 50 students. The total is 50 students here, and out of that 3 say they do not like English and do not like mathematics. So we have to take it out because that cannot be included in the Venn diagram of English and mathematics. This is English and this is mathematics. Okay, so I took out 3 because they do not like English and they do not like mathematics, so they don't comes in any of the circle inside. So 33 says they like English and 42 says they like mathematics, right? So 33 says they like English and 42 says they like mathematics. So if I add it, I have 6 over here and 7 over 76. But the total student is only now 47 left because 3 taken out, right? Out of 50, 3 is taken out. Now only 47 can accommodate in this one, right? But we have to accommodate 76. It means that 47 has only the space to accommodate in English and mathematics as per this number of total students, 50 minus of 3, 47. But 76 is the total of these two students, right? 33 says English and 42 says they like mathematics. So we can do one thing, we can subtract 76 with 47, the remaining, because that will be the intersection, right? They like both. Some students they like both, that's what it's coming more, the value. So 76 minus of 47 is 76, it should be 75, yes, sorry. 3 plus 2 is 5, sorry for that. 75 minus of 47 is gives you 28. So that's what the common is actually, that's why we are getting more number, 75. So 75 is actually including the intermediate, means both of them like English and mathematics. So now if I write 28 in between, what will be coming in this space? Because we need to say that in English the total together is 33. So 28 plus 5 is 33, right? And over mathematics part, the total is 42. So 28 is here. So 42 minus 28. So 42 minus 28 gives you 14. So 14 I have to write here. So this is how we have to finish up the Venn diagram. The second part is, a student is chosen at random. Find the probability that this student like English and maths. And comes. And means now intersection. So and means intersection. Okay, so that's why we can write 28 student like English and also like mathematics. So 28 out of the total 50 students. So this is your 28 by 50 is the answer. Part 2. Two students are chosen at random. Find the probability that they both like mathematics. So two students are chosen at random. They both like mathematics, right? Okay, mathematics is this one, right? This whole one. They both like mathematics. So one, if I select the first student, so what will be the probability of the first? 28 plus 14 is what? So 28 plus 14 is 42. So mathematics is 42 by 50, right? One of the student is, if I select one of the student, then it should be 42 by 50. And if I select another student, one student will be already taken out, right? So 41 will be left, and the total will be also decreased to the one count, right? So it will be 41 by 49. So if I multiply this one, so 42 by 50 times 41 by 49, I will guess 123 by 175, 123 by 175. So this is the probability that both the students like mathematics. Part 4. Two students who like English are chosen at random. Find the probability that they both like mathematics. So two students who like English, right, are chosen at random. This is what we have to focus on. Two students who like English. I'll erase all the part so that this is 5, this is 28, and this was what was that? This is 3 and 28. 42 minus 28 is, I think, 42 minus 28 is equals to 14. Yeah, this is 14. So the question is, two students who like English are chosen at random. So English people are only here, right? So from there only two students are chosen, right? So the total is 28 plus 5 is 33, right? The total is 33. Here also it's given. So from there only two students are chosen, and also the chosen students like, both the chosen student like mathematics also. So how it is possible? So two students who chose English, that is the choose English taking students are total is 33, right? And they both like mathematics, will be only in this case, right? 28 because that's the only case in which they like English as well as mathematics, that is 28, right? Common between that. So 28 by 33, that is the total English student. That's the like English only. We have to take from the English student only, right? So only 33 students who like English. So times, if I select one more student, so we have to take two students, right? If I select one more student, the number of students will be less, and the total count will also be less to 1. So if I multiply this one using my calculator, so 28 by 33 multiply by 27 by 32, I'll get the answer 63 by 88. So that will be the answer for this case. Question number 9. The area of rectangle is 29 centimeter square greater than the area of a square. Area of rectangle is 29 centimeter greater than the area of a square. The difference between the perimeter of two shapes, both the shape is K. So yes, we can do one thing. We can the difference between the perimeter of the two shape is K. So what is the perimeter of this rectangle actually? So this should be equals to x minus of 1. This should be equals to 2x plus 1. So perimeter of this will be, we can write it as 2 times 2x plus 1, 2 times 2x plus 1 plus 2 times x minus of 1, right? So the difference between the perimeter of the two shape is x. So we can subtract this one with the perimeter of this will be x, and here also x. The perimeter of this is 4x, right? If I subtract this one, I should get the value of k. That's what they are saying. Difference between the two perimeters is k. So if I little bit expand this one, 2 times 2 is 4x plus of 2 plus of 2x minus of 2 minus of 4x equals to k. So 4x plus 2x minus of 4x, 4x plus 2x is 6x, 6x minus of 4x is 2x, and plus 2 minus 2 cancelled out, so 2x equals to k. So this is what I am getting, 2x equals to k. Then we can do relation between the area is also there. The area of rectangle is 29 centimeter greater than the area of a square. We can write as area of rectangle equals to 29 plus area of a square, right? 29 centimeter greater, 29 centimeter square greater than area of a rectangle. So we can write it like this. So area of rectangle is equals to 29 plus area of a square. So what is the area of a rectangle? Area of rectangle is 2x plus 1 into x minus 1. So 2x plus 1 into x minus of 1 is the area of rectangle. 29 plus area of a square is what? X square, right? X into x is x square. So if I expand this bracket, I should get something. So 2x square, I'm multiplying like this. So 2x square minus of 2x plus of x, x into 1, and x into 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. That is equals to 29 plus x square So 2x square minus of x minus of 1 equals to 29 plus x square. So then we can shift the 2x square minus of x square minus of x minus of 1 minus of 29 equals to 0. I just shifted the number with x value with x. So 2x square minus of x square is x square minus of x, 20 minus of 1 and minus of 29 is minus of 30 equals to 0. So this is what the equation I am getting. So using this equation you can find out the value of x, right? So this is coefficient is 1, so multiplying the extreme term gives you 30, and the minus of 30 is the extreme term, and if you find out the factor, I'll get 6 times 5 as 30 and 6 minus of 5 is 1. So we can write it as x square minus of we need multiple of that, so we can write it as minus of 6x plus of 5x minus of 30. That's what the middle term split, minus 6x plus of 30. 6 times 5 is the extreme term multiple, and 6 minus 6x plus of 5x is x. So let's take out common out. 6 minus of 6 will be there, plus if I take out common, then 5 should be there, x minus of 6. So your answer is x plus 5 and x minus of 6. So value of x is minus 5 because that is equals to 0. So value of x is minus 5, value of x is 6. So I'll take value of positive x, that is 6, and I'll put this value of x over here in this. So k equals to 2 into 6, so k equals to 12. So the value of 12, k will be 12. Part B, the volume of the larger cube is 5 centimeter cube greater than the volume of the smaller cube. So greater than, right? So volume of the larger cube, the volume of the larger cube is 5 centimeter greater than the volume of the smaller cube, right? This is what the thing is. So volume of the larger cube will be what? This is one of the sides. So volume is actually side cube, right? So y plus 1 whole cube equals to, this is 5, so 5 plus the volume of the smaller cube is y cube, right? This is the y is the one of the sides, so y cube. So this is we can expand this one. There are two ways, either you can directly use the formula or else you can expand it like y plus 1, y plus 1 and y plus 1. I can directly use the formula to write it, will take time otherwise. A plus b whole cube is a cube plus b cube plus 3 times a square into b, 3 times a square into b plus 3 into a into b square is 1. That's all. So our final answer will be, I will write it over here, a cube plus b cube is 1 plus 3 into a square into b, that is y square itself, into 1 is the same answer, plus 3 into y into 1 square is 1. So that is equals to 5 plus y cube. Now both the side y cube is there, we can cancel out. So we can write this as 3y square plus of 3y, and this 5n comes towards the left side, so plus 1 minus 5 equals to 0. So we get 3y square plus 3y minus of 4 equals to 0. That's what we have to show in this one. So we are done with that. So let's move on. Part 2, find the volume of the smaller cone. Show all your working, and we have to round it up to 2 decimal places. So we have to find out the volume of the smaller cube. Let's use this equation. Actually the equation is 3y square plus 3y minus of 4 equals to 0. So let's use this equation now. If I find out the value of y using the middle term split, it will be like a little complicated for me. Let me use a formula, quadratic formula, that is minus of b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2 into a. So abc you can write it as, so this will be a, this is b, this is c. Okay, so you know this, I think I don't have to write it over there. So minus of b is minus of 3 plus minus under root of b square is 3 square minus of 4 into A is 3 into C is minus 4. This is C, and divided by 2 into A is the first term, that is 3. So if you can do this using your calculator also, not a problem. We can try to do using a calculator. So minus of let me just make it A by C. So minus of 3. So I'll write first, let's try with the positive answer, then we will check for the negative. Okay, minus of 3, then 3 square minus 4 into 3 into minus 4. Then coming down, it gives you 3 times 2 is 6. I am writing directly. So it gives me the answer 0.75. It's in the positive answer. So 0.75, something like that. So 0.75, I'll take it as 0.7583. Yes, that's fine for me. So you can if you find out the another part, it will be a negative value. Okay, so you don't have to find out the another part, because now it's giving me positive, the another value will be giving me in the negative answer. As you can just change the sign over here and check it once. So if I change this sign, you can see if I change that positive sign to negative, I'll get my answer in negative. So negative answer, I don't have to include it. That is negative of the another answer is negative of, this is one of the value of y, another answer is negative of 1.7583. So I'll use the positive value, that was the previous answer. So I'll multiply that with actually it's a cube, right? We have to find out the volume of the smaller cube. So volume, this is value of y, so volume will be y cube. So 0.7583 whole cube. So the answer, I'll just cube it. I have to cube the answer. So I'll get the answer as, sorry, this I took negative value, I think. So I have to take the positive value. Oh, so I missed that one. So 0.7583 whole to power cube, that gives me 0.4360. So if I round it, if it's 0.4360, something like that. So we have to round it off to 2 decimal as it's given in the question itself. So 4360, right? 436 is there. So this is more than 5. So this will be 0.44. So that's all for this paper. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like it, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.